Hey everyone, this is Ben and thank you for joining us on this episode of the Semper Gumbie channel. Well, we just got back from 3 days out in the Ouachitas or the Ozarks in the National Forest in Arkansas. And it was a great weekend. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. It's before this one here. It's called 3 Days Camping in the Ouachitas. But, you know, when you go disperse camping, you know, you have to bring your own water and your food and all that stuff, but water is very important. And I took, because we were dispersed camping, I took about 10 gallons worth of water. And I usually average about a gallon and a half a day for me, for drinking and for Hoku, and we were there for 3 days. So I knew that 10 gallons would be plenty for washing dishes, cleaning stuff off, cooking, and drinking. So we were camping near a water source, near a river, and absolutely gorgeous. And you know, I was thinking if I ever had to extend my trip more than the 3 days or expend the 10 gallons of water, there are two things that are going to happen. I'm going to have to run into town, pick up some water, or I have to carry more water. But this right here I want to talk about today will probably alleviate that issue. And this right here is a reverse osmosis water purifier by ITENHIL. Well, we all know water is essential to life and you cannot survive without water. And this right here is a reverse osmosis water purifier from ITENHIL. And this will be a great piece of gear for emergency situations that I am going to carry in my vehicle. But before we start the video, we want to thank ITENHIL for sending us this reverse osmosis water purifier for testing and review. And we're going to cover this and I'm going to talk about it. So come along and let's check out this ITENHIL water purifier. Now, if you don't know what an RO system is or a water purifier, I'm going to talk about that and show you what is all involved. But this outdoor water filter uses a hybrid filter element and RO filter, which stands for reverse osmosis, which can purify up to 99.99% of impurities so that you can drink clean and virus-free water when camping outdoors. And like I said, you know, this would be great for a emergency situation or SHTF that ever went down. Now, ITENHIL has tested and certified and has passed all the certification of various authoritative organizations obtaining their certificates such as the FCC, FDA, the PSE, Rosh, etc. for safe and reliable water you can drink worry-free. Now, this thing does have a built-in lithium iron phosphate battery. So the RO filters that come in the ITENHIL RO system have smaller pores in their filtration system, and they're about 0.1 nanometers. Now, most viruses are between 10 and 300 nanometers. So this filter system will remove 99.99% of all viruses. Now, this system will allow you to have a wide range of application for your emergency water. We're talking about a pond, wetland, river, a stream, municipal water, or a waterfall. This thing would be perfect in any of those conditions. So when you look at the unit, on the very top, you do have this little cover here, which you open up, and it gives you access to the water filters, both the hybrid and the RO filter. Now, they only go in one way, and I will show you how to put that in, because incorrectly inserting the filters can damage the filter itself and the unit. This side right here, this is where you will run a hose to your water source, either the river or your lake or wherever you get your planning to get your water from. On the other side, you do have this rubber protective flap. When you open it up, you have two ports. You have a blue and a white. The blue will be your potable or potable, whatever which way you say it. And this white one here will be the discharge of the filtered water. On this side of the front, you do have several buttons here. Of course, you got your USB-C charge input there. You do have your power button, your RO, and your hybrid filter buttons. Now, right below that, if you can see, you do have some indicator lights. You have a run, charge, RO, or hybrid. So anytime your filters start to get near its end of its life cycle, you'll get some indication that it's time to change the filters. Right above that, you have your charge. When you plug it in, these do come not charged. It'll be red. And then when it's fully charged, it'll be green. And then right above that is your run indicator. Now this thing is able to run about 1.5 hours straight if you had to make water. It took me about 2 hours to charge it up, so it wasn't bad at all. You also have two slots here. That's your carrying handle, and it's not adjustable, it's just fixed. So very, very light unit. Nothing else to it. Now when you purchase your unit, these are the items you are going to get. First thing they give you is an accessory bag, which is a nice tough cloth kind of canvas bag where you can store all your items in there. You do have a inlet interface component. Now this actually has, sounds like a rattlesnake, filters in here, and this is where you drop into your water source. It will keep up some large debris out of there, but like I said, you drop this into your water source, and they give you about 4 or 5 feet of hose that you can submerge in your water source, and then of course on this end threads in to the unit itself. And if you look in the back, it'll go right into there, and it's just a plastic thread. Also, you would get your RO filter, like I mentioned. This is your membrane filter. And then of course you got your hybrid filter. And like I said, you can get 350 gallons through it, and the other one's 600 gallons. You can purchase these filters on Amazon for about $29 a piece, and it should provide you up to about 100 gallons of water, they say. You do get your two hoses. Now the blue one is going to be coming out of your unit for drinking, and your white one will be your wastewater. And they're fairly easy. It took me a little bit to figure it out, but once you push your hose in, it locks in place and you can't pull it out. And I tried to pull it out and I couldn't figure it out, but I eventually did. So to remove the hose, all you have to do is push in this little button here and the hose comes out. Both of them have little push inlet buttons. Same thing with the white one. Put it in, it's secured. To remove it, push it in, and then you can remove it. You also get a USB charging cable, and this is a USB-C, and that goes right up into the top of the unit there. And pretty much like a spanner wrench. This will assist you putting the filters in or removing it. So those are your standard accessories that you will get with the ITENHIL RO system. So let's go ahead and hook up the hoses. Like I mentioned, this end of the inlet will be placed in your water source, and it's got these little filters in here as well to prevent it from being sucked up. Sounds like a rattlesnake, like I said. Okay. And the hose is probably about 8 or 10 feet long. I stand correctly on that. I said it was 6, but it's more like 8 feet. Okay, so on the threaded end of the hose, we're going to go ahead and screw that in here. All right, I've got it threaded in. It does, the hose does come, when you get it, kind of kinked a little bit, so you know you can go ahead and stretch it out, but that will take care of itself once you get the unit operational. All right, on the opposite end, you're going to have, like I said, your blue hose, and that goes to the blue discharge here from the unit. And then you have your white hose that'll go out here. That is your discharge water. So there you go, 3 hoses to hook up with this system. So this is going to simulate our lake water or our river water or your water source. I do have water in here from the well, and all you have to do is insert your suction hose with the filter in and submerge it in the water. And the reason why I've got it down here, I want to see what kind of suction it pulls up into the filter system. So one of the cons I see right now is these lines are pretty stiff, and until you get them laid out, they kind of tend to curl. Now before you use the unit, make sure you flush the system out for about 10 minutes is what they recommend. So let's go ahead and turn it on and see what this thing can do. So right now it is running, but it's taking the water source and priming the filter. So it'll take a little bit on your first initial use. Once that is filled, we'll start getting some water out, and then we'll have to run it for 10 minutes to flush out the system. The system is now running. Everything's primed, and you will get a blinking green light on the run icon. All right, so we are getting discharged from the discharge after the filtration, and we are also getting potable water. Siri, set timer for 8 minutes. Okay, folks, so we got 7 minutes and 53 seconds on the system. Now the water that comes out on the potable side is going to be the same temperature as the water source, but let's go ahead and start filling it up because I may be running out of water here soon. Okay, so the water source is almost empty. We've got our glass filled up, well, as you can see, almost all the way. But let's go ahead and try to taste this water. No different at all. It tastes like nothing. Wow. No chalky, no weird taste. Like I said, as long as you flush your system out for the first initial 10 minutes. If I was taking this to a lake or a river, I would actually flush it out for a couple minutes as well before using the system. So I'm going to finish up my nice purified water from ITENHIL. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect the unit. Let's go ahead and take out the hoses here first. Like I said, remember, always push that button in. It'll come out. And keep those hoses clean. And then let's go ahead and disconnect our inlet. And let's wind up the hose and let it dry out. Okay gang, so that is the overview, description, and the operation of the ITENHIL RO water filtration system. It performed flawless. I could not taste the difference of water. It was quick. Some of the pros are for this unit is you can recharge it with your USB. It only takes about an hour and a half or 2 hours to charge this up, and you get an hour and a half of runtime. It is portable. You can move it near a source, and you can keep it in your vehicle. It's not a big unit. Now, I do have a con, which isn't a deal breaker, but the hoses they supply with it for the discharge and the drinking potable side, or potable, because I know somebody will say it's potable, not potable. It's a little hard, and you can't conform it to your cup or anything like that. So maybe they will come up with a softer hose, maybe a clear blue hose and a clear white hose to go in that. Maybe leave the ends a little harder and then run your hose. And I might do that. I might cut these and then put on a rubber hose with it, or a clear hose. So that's the only downfall that I found with this unit. Now in about 2 weeks I'll be heading to Texas for a camping trip, and I'm going to bring this with me. We're going to actually run it in a river or a lake, and then do the same testing, and then you can see how this actually is in real life situation out in the outdoors. You can purchase additional filters on the Amazon ITENHIL store, and they range from $30 to $40 each. I plan on getting 2 more filters to keep in my vehicle as a spare. If you're interested in this unit, I will post the link and description in the box below. Normal price I believe was $3.99 for this unit, but right now on Amazon with the link that I'll provide, they are going anywhere between $249 and $279, which is a pretty good deal. I won't use this every single time. It would be more of an emergency SHTF piece of gear. If the water goes down around me, I can still find a water source to filter my drinking water. Now, if the water is really, really bad, and you need it in a survival situation, I would still filter it through here, and then I would boil it. That's if the worst case scenario, but you shouldn't have any problems with the hybrid and the RO filter. So if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Check this out. It's a pretty cool piece of gear for emergency situations. It's perfect. So if you're a first-time subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right up here, and then hit the bell notification, and then hit all notifications, and you'll be notified of all the new videos that I put out. Also, if you want to help support the channel, get Hoku some treats, and I do have a Patreon channel, a Semper Gumbie Patreon channel, and as little as $3 a month, you can help support the channel and see gear reviews like this, as well as my camping adventures before the public gets them. And you know, we'll give away some prizes, GPS coordinates of locations. So check it out at patreon.com, Semper Gumbie. I appreciate it. We want to thank our new members, and they're right here, for becoming a member and supporting the channel that way. So until the next video, we'll catch you later. This is Semper Gumbie out.